genes. That's always a joke.
When I found out was at the hospital when we went in to conclusive check with the doctor, and it was pretty devastating. Having been through the 4 years with my daughter, which I know that I know that it bothers Jordan. He feels maybe that I don't give the effort, the commitment. We had a saying called pulling rabbits out of the hat, things that I did with Michelle, his sister. And it was fairly devastating when I lost her. And then to have that come up right after that, it was just tough. And given, at least with Michelle, there was always the hope that there was a cure. They did not offer that to us right from the start with Jordan. So it was about as low as I think I had ever been.
My grandfather, I mean, he's the reason that I'm in school doing anything. And he came into my life when things were just really messed up. Like when my dad went to the hospital, I mean, he showed up. I don't know how, but he did. I think he was like keeping tabs on like the family.
In 1995, he and his father needed help, and I was living in Dallas, and they were in Rowlett, and I moved to Rowlett, rented a home. They moved in with me. I bought him a car, and I committed to him that as long as I lived, I would see to it that he got through high school and also through college, and that he will have, hopefully, a decent job and is self-sufficient.
He bought me a new car, and we started eating breakfast. And I mean, like, I had lunch money and stuff like that. I was just not used to it. For a couple of years after my sister died, I mean, everything just, as far as like anything associated with family and like routines and stuff, like cereal. Like I never had cereal, and I never had lunch money. I just went to school and like kind of winged it if we had money, and if not, it's kind of one of those things. But he came in and like put order back in the family, I guess, and got my dad back on the right track and got me like into school more. And then when I went to college, it was me and him and one of my friends, and went to college. We moved to Louisville, which is 20 minutes away from school. And I mean, he's been like the financial backbone. And without that, I don't know where I'd be. I'd probably be in assisted living, sucking up stars. But I don't know. Everything I do, I owe to him. High school went pretty smoothly. I really didn't start having a problem with, the visible signs of, my disease, I guess, until my senior year. I was a senior. I was like walking like I was drunk, and you could definitely tell. I tried to hide it as good as I could, like by walking close to walls and avoiding situations where there's a lot of people. And I was in theater, and that kind of made things difficult. I couldn't read and stand up and walk at the same time. I just couldn't do it. I finally got a walker. My chiropractor pretty much made me. I mean, she was real dead set on getting a walker when I was like 20. And I didn't like it at all. It's blue, I look stupid going around it. And it's really hard. I mean, I thought like, well, if I had a walker, everything would be easier. And I mean, of course it was. It saved me from like a lot of problems, and I could walk through a parking lot without falling down on asphalt, which was nice. But I mean, I look stupid in this walker. My grandfather made me go to Luby's. I mean, he said he'd pay for like me to go to Luby's so I could get a good meal. So I go to Luby's every day for lunch with this walker. And I mean, my self-esteem just went down, because when you're in line at Luby's and all the old people are like comparing your walker to theirs or something like that, it's just not good for a 20-year-old man, you know, in college to be going to Luby's and being able to relate to a bunch of old people. Not that there's anything wrong with old people, but Jesus. And that was kind of like the whole thing with the walker. It was hard to use it, and it's kind of easy to fall into the wheelchair, because I knew I wasn't gonna like somehow recover and like give up the walker and just start walking. I mean, I knew I was gonna have to like upgrade to a wheelchair. I mean, it started out like got braces on my ankles to keep them from snapping, because I mean that was a big problem with my ankles. Then I went to braces on my legs to help my balance and stuff. And then I got rid of the braces once I got hard. Really didn't help. And then I went to a walker. And the walker, you know, helped for a semester and stuff. But it was, I mean, still hard. So I gave that up and went to the wheelchair. And it's just kind of like, that's how it's progressed. And I mean, that damn walker, I hate it. When I was 16, my grandfather bought me this really brand new sports car. I mean, he knew that I wasn't gonna be able to probably have a car again, so he wanted to like treat me to a nice one. And I got a 1995 Honda Del Sol, which I loved. It was convertible, and that was like my pride and joy, like ever since I was 16. I mean, I've always been like, I'm never giving this car up, ever. I'm gonna keep it, I don't care what, until I have to crawl. And then I switched to the wheelchair. And it really got dangerous and hard and everything. I was shooting a film project, and it was like 4 o'clock, and I was going home, and I was gonna meet some friends, go to dinner with them, and it was gonna be a nice evening. And put my car in my wheelchair. It's kind of misting outside, so the car's like slippery. So I put my wheelchair in, shut the door, started walking around it,